Guys, it's November 15th, which is day 3 of the Late Season Blacktail. I was able to steal out for a couple days, see if I can fill my Washington tag. Basically, I'm just going to walk kind of past these trees. It opens up into this, what I believe is like a kind of a marshland riparian situation, but it looks pretty open. Seen a lot of tracks. I'm actually not far from the car, and already I've seen a good amount of sign. I'm gonna sit here all day. It's maybe 8. It's 12 o'clock p.m. check-in. Not much has happened. Throwing down a grunt call every half an hour. But it's kind of the doldrums. I think they're probably completely nocturnal, especially with some hunting pressure. So I think if anything happens today, it's going to happen at 4:30. Legal shooting hours end at 5:05 p.m. today. So, yeah, just continue to sit here and kind of do what I'm doing. But I do like this spot. Alright guys, it's about 4:40 p.m. Got 25 minutes of shooting light. Took me almost that long to get down here, so I'm actually not terribly far from the car. But I do have to take about 150-foot incline right now. And it's kind of thick, so I'm going to do that while I still have some light. I'd rather not pick my lanes with a headlamp on. And I'm going to hunt this kind of reproduction on the way back up. There's a network of these Forest Service roads that intertwine in between these reproduction, these clear cuts. So I might sit in kind of some more open spots. Maybe move around a little bit tomorrow. So it's 5 minutes before legal shooting hour, which is 6:40 a.m. On the final day of Late Season Blacktail. So that is the last opportunity to shoot a deer this year. Down this road is a clear cut with some relatively young reproduction in it. So it's like trees that are 5, 6, 7 feet. I scoped it out last night in the car just with a flashlight. And I thought it looked good, but but to the right of the clear cut is a little clearing, kind of tucked away, so I think I'm going to sit there. So the fog is lifting. I really like this spot. I can see I've got full rain over anything that walks in front of me here. We've got some nice close edge habitat. And then over here I can see the side of this slope. 240 yards away over there, everything is in range. All right, in about 5 minutes from now, I'm going to hit my call, my grunt, and I'm going to give that about 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'm going to head back to the car and drive about a mile. Last night, I drove around these roads. I couldn't really see anything because it was dark, but I figured out if roads are navigable and, just look at the age class of these clear cuts. When I was doing that, I saw 2 does and a buck. So I think I'm going to go to where I saw that buck. None of this is far. It's maybe 15 minutes in a car. And I think I'm going to switch tactics to still hunting. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to come back here to where I am right now. I'm going to hunt it until 5:05, which is the end of legal shooting hours. So that's the game plan. I love what I'm looking at though. This is really cool. It might be a clearing up here, or it could be the road, one of the two. I don't know. I want to go find out though. Super fresh. So there's a ton of sign around here. I mean, there's deer around here, 100%. Well, I guess I'm going to take this road down a little bit. There's like fresh tracks here too. I mean, there's tons of sign around. Just kind of seeing if something will step out of these woods into it. All right, so I'm pretty close to where I was this morning. Same clear cut, just a different part of it. I'm gonna sit here for a while, and then I'm gonna go back up essentially to where I parked this morning. It's a blocked, like logging staging road. It's about 100 yards long, and I walked on it when I was on my way out of this area earlier today, and I saw an absolute ton of deer tracks. So that's where I'm going to sit until 5:05, but it's about, 2:30 right now. So I'm going to sit here for a while. This looks really good here. So I'm gonna watch all this. Gonna watch everything over here too. All right, it's about 3:30. I just had a button buck, just a tiny yearling buck, pop up, just about 20 yards in front of me. I didn't shoot it, mostly because getting my revolver out would have immediately scared it because it's kind of loud. I should probably have that thing unholstered. All right, the final sit of the season. I've got about an hour before legal shooting hours end. The last spot I sat, which was clear cut over there, I had a buck pop out in front of me about 20 yards away. However, it was a yearling button buck, really small body, and antlers that were absolutely tiny. I didn't shoot it though, because there might be a regulation that says a buck needs to have 1 inch. I actually don't know what the answer to that is. Usually I'm pretty solid on the regs, but that one slipped through, so I didn't shoot it, just to err on the side of caution. Anyway, earlier today, as I said, there is like a little 100-yard logging road that I have been down earlier today and noticed an absolute boatload of deer sign. In fact, my guess is that when I parked this morning, I just scared them away. So I'm hoping that they all come back again. Yeah, here's what it looks like. So up here is the spot that I saw all the deer sign. All right, guys. Wasn't able to make it happen today. Did find a definitive answer on whether or not that button buck that popped out 20 yards in front of me was legal. The answer is yes. Any buck means any buck. Kind of kicked myself for not knowing that, but I do have a freezer full of meat. So maybe actually I am out here antler hunting. I don't know. But I got 20 yards away from a legal buck. And so I'm going to chalk that up as some kind of win, I guess. Crazy year, though. I've done a ton of hunting, but strangely, I didn't fill a single Washington tag. I definitely tried, though. At least I got out. I'm not making anything up here. So that's what happens, I guess. But at the same time, it was an awesome year. Just the ability for me to get out. I will see you in April for turkey, probably down in Oregon again.